Hey, what's up guys, it's MugenLord here, and today we're going to talk about Stellar Blade. It's been a while since I covered it here on this channel because there's been little information surrounding it. Well, we just recently got an update surrounding the game, and depending on how I share this news with you, you can determine whether this is good news or bad news. So before we dive into this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, the notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive right into it. Now, as far as Stellar Blade is concerned, I've been really looking forward to it, and at the same time, I've been very skeptical because, you know, it's been a couple years now since this game's been announced. We've seen very little actual, newer, gameplay elements and everything like that, and it pretty much have you questioning whether or not if this game is real or if it's ever going to come out. But apparently, there has been people who actually played it or tested, or they showed some test play of people playing the game, and it's very much real. It's just a matter of when this game is actually going to come out. Well, just recently we have received some news that may or may not excite you guys. Well, apparently there's a Twitter user who goes by the name Okami, who pretty much reports a lot of gaming news and pretty much do translations and just report what's going on within the gaming industry as far as our favorite studios are concerned and titles that we are anticipating. And apparently that he had pretty much laid out this news that the community is not really taking too well, and also he voiced his opinion on it, and he started getting flamed by certain individuals in the community as well. So we definitely want to dive into it so you guys get a clearer picture of what's going on here, and I want to have a discussion about it. So apparently from Kami, or Okami13 himself, he says that Stellar Blade developer Shift Up formalizes a publishing deal with Sony Interactive Entertainment. So it says, through this contract, Shift Up officially becomes the first Korean studio to join Sony's secondary party program. Now, the reason why this has, people within the community up in a tizzy is because we all know the history of Sony right now when it comes to censorship. And a lot of people are afraid that now that they're part of this program, and that Sony's going to come in and censor the fuck out of Stellar Blade. We already know how curvy or beautiful and voluptuous our female protagonist is, and people are afraid that now that they're part of this second party program that they're part of, they think that Sony's going to come in and start censoring. So before we even get into the article, we also have from right here people that Kami had pretty much made a response to a lot of people that has concerns. He pretty much says that, hey, why are y'all so worried about censorship all of a sudden? And this is the funny part about it, is because many people have pretty much gave their response. We had people that says, there's no all of a sudden about it. Where have you guys been? So he says, where are all of y'all coming from? Like, he's looking like, what's going on? Why all y'all guys are concerned? And this is what we've been talking about when it comes to what's been going on when it comes to the whole social political dynamic or the cultural war dynamic to our favorite form of entertainment, which is gaming and also movies in Hollywood, is that we have a lot of people who's ignorant to censorship or ignorant to a lot of these ideologies and propaganda that's put in our games. So you have people who are either ignorant, normies, or you have people who is very well on the left side of things who are totally fine with a lot of the propaganda that's being pushed. And Kami, I guess he sits in the whole thing of being a normie, like, just don't care or don't think about stuff like this. And now people are bringing it to his attention that, doesn't sound like a good thing. This is sound like a bad thing, because there could be a chance that they may even censor this game. So Kami had pretty much commented on it, and he's getting a lot of flack for it. And the thing is, and then he comes back in and he essentially says, there's no way you're writing a whole essay at me. It was just a joke about how horny some of you guys are. And here we go. We go back to the shaming language when people, raises their concerns when it comes to the censorship of games. And I'm not going to even go through it in this video. I talked about it over and over and over again. It's not about being horny. Just because you like attractive characters doesn't mean you're horny for them and stuff. People love integrity. People love when the art is left intact and not tampered with. That's what people was arguing about. People was arguing about the principle of the thing, of the entire situation, not because we want to see titties and boobs all over the place. That's not what we're fighting here. And it seemed like everybody keeps shifting it to that. But I digress. So he's pretty much taking a lot of heat when it comes to his opinion on that. But we're going to go to an article here, and this is from a Korean news site, which it had to be translated about Shift Up. So it says Shift Up, the first Korean developer to formalize a publishing contract directly distributed and supported by Sony. So it says Shift Up plans to collaborate with Sony Entertainment, Interactive Entertainment to introduce a AAA masterpiece console game called Stellar Blade on the PS5 throughout the world, including Korea. Through this contract, Shift Up officially becomes the first Korean studio to join Sony's secondary party on partnership. So they want to inform everybody. So it says Stellar Blade first announced development news under the name Project Eve in 2019 and announced that it would challenge the global console market as a AAA game. Afterwards, in 2021, it was the only game introduced at the official PlayStation Showcase to be released with a Korean dub and was introduced several times in leading American medias and online communities, receiving great attention. So it pretty much goes through the whole pretty much history of how it garnered so much praise. And it says that Shift Up is attracting attention for its ability to create new IP through Stellar Blade. Shift Up's first work, Destiny Child, never heard of it, gained great popularity by sweeping first place in sales in 2 major domestic markets, and its next work, Goddess of Victory. Oh, Nike. Now, Goddess of Victory, which is, I see a lot of advertisement, and it really had people in a tizzy. And in fact, I'm actually going to do a video about it. I'm actually going to play the game and do a video. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely let me know in the comment section below. I definitely want to do a video, screen capture the gameplay and everything, give you my thoughts and opinions, because it's just been popping up lately and so many people are talking about it, but I didn't know that they were the creators behind it, so that's pretty interesting. So let's get back to what we was talking about before when it comes to this whole situation. Now, the thing is, we already know that Sony is known for their massive censorship when it comes to their games, and it's so sad to see that Nintendo doesn't really, and shock from Nintendo is allowing a lot of games, I wouldn't say adult games, but much more mature games to be released on their eShop, or they're releasing physical versions of these games and keeping everything intact. I'm surprised. Nintendo, which most people would see as a family-friendly company, is more against the censorship than anything else. But then you have Sony over here, who was always known as the mature gamer console, and now we hitting into this age or this era where these guys are just going censorship crazy, and a lot of fans are really concerned about this when it comes to Stellar Blade, and they have every right to be. And I know you guys are probably concerned, thinking about this as well. Why do they want it to be a secondary, or they want to get into this partnership? It could mean plenty of reasons. It could be financial reasons, or like I said, this could be a thing for Sony to be able to pretty much pump more money into the studio to allow them to create the games that they want to create. I wouldn't say allow them to create the game they want to create, if they want to pretty much also tell them they have to censor a couple of elements or things in their upcoming games. But them being part of this at the same time is kind of like different. Seeing a Korean studio become part of a Japanese, or a partnership with a Japanese company, I think is quite interesting, knowing the history between both the countries and everything. And this is why I think they really put an emphasis as it being the first Korean studio to essentially become part, of this partnership with what Sony have. Now, I can say let's just wait and see how it turns out, but when it comes to track records, and I always say this before, a lot of people keep giving companies and keep giving studios or keep giving directors and comics and cartoons and animes the benefit of the doubt all the time, and keep ignoring track records, from said corporations or from said directors every time. And then they get shocked when all of a sudden it becomes exactly what everybody has been saying it actually was going to be to begin with. So in this case, knowing Sony's track record with them constantly doing the censorship, I can see that Stellar Blade may receive some of that. So we want to wait and see if they're going to get the ESG treatment moving forward when it comes to Stellar Blade. So it's up to you to decide whether or not this is good news, or if this is bad news, or if you in the middle and just want to wait and see how this pan out. Or are we jumping the gun on this? Is fans jumping the gun, on this, as far as after hearing that they having this partnership with Sony when it comes to Stellar Blade? So that pretty much wraps this video. Definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment sections below. What do you think about Stellar Blade now becoming a second party studio for Sony moving forward? Do you think that Sony's going to go in and tamper with the studio, shift up when it comes to Stellar Blade or future titles in the near future? Definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, that subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is MugenLord signing off. I'll see you Game Fiends later. Peace out.